Well, hello, there you are. I'm Rob Glenister, and my day job is business consultancy. When the COVID lockdown was announced, we set up a 21-day photographic challenge. Me and an ex-mate of mine, that is. Ex-mate, because he won. Our better halves had to select a theme for the day, and then we went out and took pictures and submitted them via my Facebook page. The daily entries were judged by an independent party, and points were accumulated for each day's winning entry. The prize is to be a grand dinner, paid for by the person who came second. That could be me. And by the way, the picture of the nice lagoon was disqualified on the basis that it's not fair to have that kind of vista from your patio. I mean, really. Images started out fairly mundane on day one, like a happy snap of the family dog. But as time progressed, they became more sophisticated. And we employed more technical Photoshop techniques, like the dog that cloned itself. So when COVID lockdown struck in late March, it turned the world upside down for many of us. But I guess you can consider me one of the lucky ones. I'm used to working from home, or from anywhere for that matter. But for me, lockdown did present different problems. While I don't classify myself as a creative, I love photography. And that means getting out of the house. In fact, away from the house. Whoops, that's where the problem lay. Anyway, the isolation challenge, as we called it, raised some interesting photographic tests. And these became mind challenges and even life lessons. So what did I learn? Well, to start with, if you want photography to happen, you have to make it happen. Even if we didn't feel like it, we had to take a photo every day, and it had to be reasonable, or our competitor would win the day. In business, there are no off days. If you're not in the game, competing, you lose. You can't always choose your turf. My home and immediate surroundings are finite. I had to work within that space and make it work for me in a photographic sense. But in business, your territory is limited by your resources, and you need to deploy them within your workspace to succeed. You may consider your photographic subject limiting, but it's amazing what you'll find if you just take the time to look harder. Maybe you don't live in the bush, but insects, bees, and butterflies are also wildlife, not so? In business, we're constrained by what we know. Look around and you could find yourself new clients. But think differently and it's amazing what you experience. Putting a different angle on the daily subject, thinking about it differently, resulted in some really good photographs in the challenge. In business, we do the same things day after day. Often, it's a good thing. If it works, why fix it after all? But thinking differently creates opportunities. Sure, sometimes they don't work, but you won't know until you try. Trying something new made for great photography in the challenge. We researched topics and tried different techniques. The result was stimulating and inspiring. In business, we tend to stick to what's safe, what we know, and what we think our clients prefer. We're probably right, but you might be amazed at the results of trying something different. Attention to detail, the finest detail. That's what wins the day in photography. A hands-down winning image turned out to be just a little fuzzy at the edges. In business, you don't get to cry over spilt milk. If you don't get it spot on first time, you lose the pitch and your competitor walks away with the prize. Lockdown is easing and so are we. That's the danger many of us face. Without the challenge, daily, I'm not taking out my camera, not every day. The bees, butterflies and crawlies still visit my garden, but I don't go looking for them. I'm not challenging my creative mind. In business, we talk about the new normal. Yet many of us are hoping for back to where we were. And I don't believe the latest cliche that things will never be the same again. They will, if we make it that way, and then we will lose out. Our competitors who have learned to make it happen, to make the most of their location, to proactively look for new clients and other uses for their products, and do force themselves to think differently, they will win. and the rest of us will come second. I know what I have to do. Now I just have to do it.